Hi, everybody. Welcome to day 3 of our gratitude practice. I hope you're doing well. I hope that you're able to take a moment to write down the 10 things that you're grateful for every morning and really cultivate this practice of gratitude within yourself. It will really transform the way you view the world. There are so many people right now that are pointing out what's wrong or finding the problems with what has happened or why this situation exists that we're living in right now with this virus and the quarantine, or there's lots of things that we can point blame at. But I find that when we are focused on finding what's wrong, we draw more of what's wrong to us. This is that whole idea of the law of attraction, and really the importance of raising our vibration and raising our frequency and drawing the good things to us is because we want to have that life that is abundant and happy and wonderful. And that really comes down to the power of our thoughts. So this gratitude practice and cultivating gratitude within us by building this practice, like I said, starting with words, writing down the 10 things that we're grateful for, speaking them out loud and saying thank you, thank you, thank you, will eventually transform into that feeling inside of us. And when it transforms into that feeling, your world is going to change. And so I encourage you to do this every morning. And don't forget to end your day with your rock and saying the one thing that you are truly grateful for that happened in that day for you, so that you can enter into your dream state, cultivating that feeling of gratitude and hopefully starting the next day with it as well. And this will build over time. Today we're going to talk about relationships. It's the, this is the aspect of our life that, makes us community, makes us tribal, that we relate to one another, that, it's so important because we do not operate alone. We operate with other people. And there are people in our lives, maybe we have families that we live with, spouses or partners, children, parents, whatever it is. Maybe you live alone, but you don't live alone. You don't live a life in isolation. You still have relationships to other people. So it's really important that we learn to look at relationships in our lives and cultivate the gratitude that these relationships exist. They can also be like our coworkers, our bosses, our mailman, our, whoever it is. There are so many relationships that we could look at in our life that have meaning to us in different ways, depending on where you are, what you do, and what your life is. It's so easy to find things to complain about when we don't like something that the other person does. It's so easy to suddenly cast blame or think negatively about that person. And when we do that, we bring in more negative feelings to us. And that really does lower our vibration and the way we view that other person. And when that happens, they can feel that energy sometimes, that you don't think so highly about them, or maybe you have a negative feeling towards them. But more than anything, it festers inside us and it causes more harm to us than it does to them. And this is why it is so important that we transform the way we think about other people and empower ourselves and empower our thoughts to think positively and transform the negative into something positive. It's really important that we remove judgment of other people, judgment of ourselves, judgment of everything. It is judgment that is going to create this kind of negative feeling. And in this time period right now, when we are in a lot of there's a lot of fear and anxiety and worry that's out there, and it's leading to a lot of people having judgment about the way other people are acting. Everybody is where they need to be in this journey of life. We're all unique individuals with our own stories and our own paths, and And, we cannot understand what somebody else is going through. And so when we judge, we're not helping the situation, and we're not helping to empower ourselves or each other. So I encourage you to watch your thoughts when it comes to what we think about other people. If somebody's pushing in the grocery store, if somebody, you don't like the way somebody is posting something online, try to change your thoughts about that into something more empowering, as in, it can be, what about this post is bothering me, and how can I learn from it to change my own life? Or what qualities do I need to embody to feel through this situation or get through this situation? Or how can I be a better person in this situation? If you ask yourself these empowering questions, you will start to receive empowering answers. So today's specific assignment or topic or practice is to find 3 people in your life that you want to, to deepen that gratitude with. It could be somebody that you are having a hard time with. It could be somebody that, you want to transform that relationship with into something better. It could be something that you just are wanting to resolve a situation. Whatever it is, find those people in your life. I know I said 3. The book actually says 3 people, but I'm going to change this. I want it to be 2 other people. And the last person that I want to do is the relationship you have to yourself. I don't think we focus on this enough. And in this time of solitude through this quarantine, I think we need to really look at this relationship with ourselves and what we're saying to ourselves, and really understanding how we can change that thought in ourselves so that we can heal ourselves. We're our own healers, and we can do that by changing the vibrational frequency of what we're putting into our body, and that starts with our words that we feed ourselves. So thank yourself. Like today, when I was doing this practice, I wrote, "Thank you, Vanita, for doing the hard work of opening yourself up to the deepest pain so that you are now able to feel the deepest joy. Thank you, Vanita, for taking big risks in life to find your happiness." It's really important to acknowledge what you've been doing for yourself, because the more you do this, the more you'll raise your frequency, and more you'll love yourself, and the more empowered you will be. And now we will also do this for 2 other people in our lives. I am homeschooling right now. My daughter, grateful for her teachers and all that they're doing for us with all the courses they're setting and all these online things. But there's so many frustrations. I'm not a parent who likes to homeschool. I send my daughter to a school for a reason, and there's a lot of challenges that I'm having to work through in being home all day with my child and having to use up my time to do this. And so I'm using gratitude to help me get through this situation. I said, "Thank you, Anaya. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to grow in new ways by being able to educate you. Thank you, Anaya, for asking me questions all the time so that I may think about how I'm explaining things and so that you may learn better." I said thank you to her teachers. Thank you, her teacher, I don't want to state the names, for taking the time to figure out the technology that's needed in order to be able to teach her at home, for me to be able to teach her at home. So I want you to find those people in your life that you want to transform your relationship with. Maybe you want to deepen it with them, and use gratitude to really take what could be hard or frustrating or, bothersome, and transform it into something that will empower you and help you see through that situation. And the more you think positively about it, the more it's going to take that negativity out of your body and help heal you. So thank you for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.